All right, so let's talk about those assets. And there's a famous quote for you. You said, "My family thought I was crazy for focusing on assets rather than a job." And then you say, "I was crazy successful." So even your own financial education, you had to re-educate yourself to get you into this. But like you said, you had that light bulb moment. And once you did, then you understood what you were doing was right. I guess the cash flow game ensued. Explain to people that don't know what you're talking about what an asset is.
Yes. Okay. Very good. So an asset, according to Rich Dad and Rich Woman, an asset is something that puts money in your pocket, whether you work or not. So people say, "Oh, my house is an asset." Well, no, because if your house, even if it's paid for, you still have taxes, insurance, maintenance, upkeep, all of that. "Oh, well, my jewelry is an asset." Well, no, maybe if you sell it, it'll be an asset. You'll get cash for it, but it's not an asset. So the bank actually teach you to call your liabilities assets. So a liability is something that takes money from your pocket. So, for example, let's say you buy a little rental. Let's say you buy a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house. That was my very first investment. If you're living in it, that's your personal residence, then again, it's going to cost you taxes, insurance, upkeep. It's a liability. It takes money out of your pocket. But if instead I turn it into a rental property and I collect the income and I collect and I pay the debt and I pay the expenses, and at the end of the day, I have a positive cash flow, that's an asset, something that puts money in my pocket, whether I work or not. Same with a stock. So you could have a dividends off of stocks would be an asset. You buy the stock and that pays you a dividend. If you have a business that's generating cash flow, positive cash flow every month, that's an asset. So people are calling their liabilities, and the banks train you to do this. So when you go to the bank and you list all your assets, you're actually listing liabilities. And I think that's one of the biggest problems people have is they are calling their liabilities assets when they're actually not assets. So an asset is something that throws off positive cash flow. If you have that rental house and it's a negative cash flow, then that's a liability. So it's all on how you work the numbers, how smart you are with your money, and looking for things that will generate cash flow. Because as I said before, we work so damn hard for our money. No matter what job you're at, you're working hard to generate that money, but then we're never taught what to do with it. So our whole mission is all about taking control of your financial life. And for us, that was doing it through acquiring assets that generate cash flow.
I love it. And so beware of someone calling, something else. So like you said, the bank is always saying, "Oh no, these are assets," when they're not. And if you're ever unsure, just look at the damn thing. Look at the last 12 months or 24 months. Did it cash flow or not? And make sure you count up everything, right?
Yeah. Yes. Because in the cash flow game, it's funny when you watch people play it for the first time, because one of the doodads that we have is a boat. They got a boat. "Oh, I got a boat. That's so great." Well, no, that boat costs you money. It costs you've got to pay for it every month. It costs you fuel. It costs you where you're going to store it. So it's funny to see people's mindset just shift. Robert and I actually did own a sailboat at one point, and we put it into a charter company. So instead of us having to pay for it every month, we got to use it, but the charter company also rented it out on a regular basis. So we turned a liability, a boat, into an asset.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. And again, a lot of people say, "Oh no, my home, it's going to be an asset and I'm going to put the money and get the new kitchen and it's going to reflect it when I sell it." But did it? That's the thing. But did it, or did it in your mind? And so same people do that with their own small businesses and restaurants, where it's just a money pit for 10, 20 years of their life, but they're running a psychological game on themselves. And they're walking around thinking they have assets when what they actually have is liabilities.
Yeah. Or they watch the prices of housing go up, as they did in the last few years, especially in Phoenix, Arizona, through the roof. My net worth is so great. I'm like, net worth is like worth less. Net worth is meaningless, because until you sell it, then it's really nothing. So I find that interesting.
Now, it's another really good point. Now, let's talk about assets. Obviously, you started with real estate. You just said you have to be careful because not all assets are created equal. You're wary of certain assets, stock market, cash, et cetera. Talk about the assets that you like and the ones you don't like and why.
So there's 4 asset classes. There's business, could be your business or a business you invest in. There's real estate. There's paper assets, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and there's commodities, gold, silver, gas, oil, all of that. So we like to invest in things that are tangible, that are real. It's like there are a lot of fake things out there, and we want to invest in real things. So we primarily invest in rental real estate because even with all the craziness going on today, people still need a place to live. They still need a roof over their head. And until the government taxes the heck out of it, we're still going to own real estate.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy.
The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.